Hello, 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 hello. Game music. A game. Hello, Kiro and Ragdoll, how are we doing? Oh! Are we having a good start to the week? We're back within the Phoenix Wrights. Continuing our case to try and save our erstwhile childhood friend and also prosecution, but not currently prosecution, Edgeworth. Edgy boy. Old edgy baby. And also husband. Hey. How is friends? Yes, I believe the correct response to Von Karma is throw a taser at his face. But we'll see. So yeah, last we left off, trying to we've done day 2 of the case, where Edgeworth appears to have murdered somebody. However, we have proved that A, if he did shoot the gun, he shot it with his left hand, even though his right prints are on it. B, it's entirely possible that the person in the boat wasn't the person who was murdered, because there was a gunshot beforehand. 3 bullets were fired, and so the body probably got shot somewhere else the day before or sometime before. No, it would have been earlier that day, because time of death was known. Earlier at night, before Christmas. It wasn't Christmas. Thanks to our friend Larry informing us of that. So it must have happened somewhere out of sight, and thus probably in the boat rental shack. And thus the person who runs the boat rental shack is pretty suspicious, doubly so given that he ran away from the court as soon as his testimony was given. Hi, Bear Holmes! How you doing? Waiting on food. Well, hopefully it arrives soon and deliciously. What else? Yes, we were trying to look up evidence regarding the DL6 incident, which was a case that where there was... Who was it? Someone got murdered. Edgeworth's father tried to prosecute someone, but it turned out that... And they used a spirit medium to try and do that, who was Maya's mother. And that didn't go so great. And then at some point, Edgeworth's father got shot. Gredgeworth, he got shot in a lift. Edgeworth blames himself because he thinks he threw the gun, which is how you shoot guns, apparently. But also the other person in the lift was a suspect for it and was not successfully prosecuted, and we think that might be the person who was running the fishing shack. In fact, I think we're certain it was, because there was a note in the handwriting of Von Karma, the now new prosecutor, telling him to kill the other guy, who was the defense on that case, I think, and then frame Edgeworth for it. I think that's basically how it is. It's complicated. I apologize if you're not keeping track of this, particularly given that I haven't yet uploaded the last VOD. Melting in your car because it's pretty hot and frequently checking email, desperately hoping to hear back from the landscaping company and another service you had to upgrade, hoping they didn't get your email wrong in their system and trying not to panic over that and ongoing health stuff. Oh no! Calming hugs. Cooling calming hugs. Yeah, Rip Gredgeworth. Yami Yugi. Yanni Yugi? Yogi Bear. We'll get into it. I'll look at what we've got. Anyway, I think we've just started day 3. Oh, and yes, as we tried to get evidence for the DL6 incident, we found Von Karma in there. He took the evidence of his handwriting that said that, go kill the guy because we're an idiot for showing it to him. I knew we would be, but whatever. And then he tased us and stole all the evidence. However, in the process, Maya managed to grab onto a bullet that was left. And that's really all we have going at the moment. And also a parrot somewhere. The guy in the shack owned a parrot. We may have to get a testimony out of that. We'll see. It knew about the DL6 incident, at least. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. Will we finish this today? Who knows? We'll find out. Final day. Trial. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Ah! Yeah. Ah! Hello. Are you electric now? Are you made of electricity? I wouldn't put it past this game if you were just now made of electricity. She wasn't doing so great after the tasing, so and as you can see, she's fine now. She's nice and relaxed. Yeah, what's the big deal? What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. That was an electric shock, that's a static shock. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Hope food is good, but yeah, we got good food. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. Hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Literally, downstairs. Whoa. That's my Edgeworth whoa. Whoa. What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Oh yeah, pow! There's no ceiling for how weird things are. Oh, hello. What's got there? It's Moida, isn't it? Yeah, Moida. What's gotten into that Doyle? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. Out to go, Detective. Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Well, actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. Ah, that's the old guy, Yogi. Okay. I keep forgetting who Yogi is. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm gonna prove it. Right, we're just straight in there. Got it. Okay, cool. December 28th at 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth.
The defense is ready, Your Honor?
The prosecution is ready.
Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings of this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence.
Understood.
Oh yeah, the judge actually was a judge last time, which is quite nice. Von Karma thought he could run this whole show, but no. Judge is being judge. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says.
Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement.
Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
Ooh, changed your tune.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Pick up.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity.
Witness, why did you run away yesterday?
Objection.
The witness was not running away, as he will now testify.
I see. Very well, please begin your testimony. Oh.
What was this guy's voice? That was goofy, wasn't it? Why I left court?
I'm real sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for policy. I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. Yeah, I mean, I'd need one of those motive things, right? I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it. Back from your phone overheating and dying on me. Oh no! Stay cool. And phone, stay cool. Everything stay cool.
Sorry about leaving yesterday like that.
Save. All the saves, please. I don't trust karma at all. I don't really think there's anything to learn from that. Wasn't running away or nothing. Went to buy some food for Polly. Information. Food?
Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand, you see. She eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown.
I don't know what's going on with this voice. You weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack?
Well, kinda got lost, you see.
Objection. The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack.
Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that.
I see. So he was lost.
Please, Your Honor, come to your senses.
It's a very valid and smart reaction to men for Von Karma. Never trust.
I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow.
Hold it. You've lost much of your memory, is that correct?
Yep. Seems like it.
Boom. And how could you know that you don't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, huh? You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue.
I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? I don't got one.
How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
Have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Yeah, thanks.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes? Yes, Your Honor?
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Bang. Both of these statements are lies. Bang, bang. Poor gavel. Gets a lot of work. Hello, Mr. Sherman.
Order, order. Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
That's the end. I'm gonna save though because reasons. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff.
Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi, from the DL6 incident.
Figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Bang. Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
No. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi? Ha, fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court?
The parrot.
This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. Oh no, they've gone missing, haven't they?
I see, that makes sense.
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
But what? What? No fingerprints? Well, that takes a turn.
You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked with a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with this stuff. Yup.
What? Yogi, you snake! You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past!
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No. Well, what will you do now, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no?
No. I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one.
Nick, what are we gonna do? Didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. Why would you, frankly? What do I do?
Well, now, Mr. Wright, perhaps you would like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, huh?
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. The little hamster wheel turns. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. But what is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor. Bang. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Mr. Von Karma up?
On my proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. That likes to squawk, quote unquote.
Order. Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Did you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
I object to your objection. Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do as you suggested.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes out of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Nick, this is crazy.
Well, still want to go through with your little game?
Yes, because I have nothing else. But also, save. Yes. Let the parrot take the stand. This pretty much sums up the game, really, doesn't it? I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. Been looking forward to this whole time. Okay. At least, I think so.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot.
Hello, Polly.
Ah! That's quite a bird. Please, tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me.
It's a bird, Judge. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well. Witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Who is your owner?
Rollo. Ah.
Great. Still more reliable than their owner, yeah. This might be the most reliable witness we have. They're probably not going to lie.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination.
Right. This is the face of a confident move here. What are you going to do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? Well, But we know some trigger words, right?
Rollo.
Ah,
We have here, a spell companion answers to the name Polly. So presumably can I use this to say the name? Right? Because at the very least that's something. Now that once the judge knows the name, we should be good, right? I mean, I don't believe in this game, so I'm gonna say. You say hello. What do you mean by that? No, actually, I'm gonna press. I want to see what happens. Boom. Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. You try being so serious, Phoenix. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? What's your name? We know we can get information out of that. Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, what's your name?
Polly.
ah.
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
No? Does it? I don't think so. Is there any? I don't think it. I don't know. I don't think it does. I don't think so. Also, I just pushed. I didn't actually use anything. I'm gonna say. I think the answer's no, but I'm gonna say yes just to see if we get anything out of it because I don't trust this game. Of course it does. Yes, it does.
Ah, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us this proof.
Oh, we can use the commands that we had before about the DL6 thing, maybe. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parent's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... this. Get it to talk about the L6. I wasn't expecting to get this far. It says the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity. Well, we saved. I'm gonna try this. Because we know the parrot knows about the L6. And that's all I know. So we're gonna have to deal with it. And it's the only thing that could possibly connect this guy to Yanni Yogi, because the only thing we know about Yanni Yogi is he was involved in the DL6 incident, right? That's my thing.
The DL6 case file?
Ah, that's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us, or stop wasting our time.
Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to the parrot's name?
This is why having a week between these streams is not ideal. Can I read them again? We had a conversation with Maya about these and I forgot. Okay, we'll check. The oxygen depleted, credited defense, fired twice, Yanni Yogi, caught bailiff, memory loss. After his arrest, fiancée Polly Jenkins committed suicide. I did not remember that at all. I have lucked my way into this, much like Phoenix does his entire career. So suspect data seems pretty important. That really was a bluff to get to this point, wasn't it? It seems circumstantial, but suspect data is the thing, I reckon. Yes, suspect data. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed, it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins.
Parley. Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible.
And reasonably, Karma comes in. Not often I'm on Karma's side, but here we are.
Bah, a mere coincidence, that is all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old.
Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I going to find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence. Right. But what?
Very well, witness. You may continue.
More. Tell me more, parrot. Well. I still want to present the DL6 stuff. But I don't know how to... how will I get the game to get us... Whoops. How will I get the game to get us to talk to the parrot to get it to talk about the DL6? Can't believe Phoenix is engaged. How on earth could he possibly be engaged? That is absurd. He's already married to Edgeworth. Well, we got stuff by pressing, so we might as well press on silence as well. Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak to me.
Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot.
Well, I guess we should try and get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that our owner is Mr. Yogi. Okay. I want to try this still. I guess we have done something, so we have to save. All the saves. Yes, already married to Edgeworth. Exactly. Until we get to the 7th game and his estranged fiancé turns up. Yes, I'm gonna try this. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction. Yeah, that's arbitrary, but we'll see how it goes. That's looking pretty red. They aren't. Yes, okay. I want to get the parrot to talk about DL6, and I can't remember how he did it, and I don't know how to do it in court. So... Not the 7th game. Oh, good. It's already a thing. Dear, right. What happens if we present the parrot to the parrot? This evidence, yes. Yeah, I know I'm completely bypassing the health system in this game, but they gave me a save system, so that's their fault. How do we get... I've pressed both of them. So I have to present evidence. It's the only thing I have left. If we... Something to do with Misty Faye? She was related to the DL6 incident. If we mention Misty Faye, does that help? I can't remember what we did to get the parrot to talk. Bang, there's evidence, yep. When I press there were 3 options. Oh, do I have to go through those? That's very unusual. I'll have to do the same thing again. We'll try it again then, I suppose. I just say hello and expect us to talk to her. What do I say? Here we go. Okay. What's her name? What's the safe number? Well, that doesn't help, does it? Does it? What was the safe number? Was the safe number related to the DL6 incident? That doesn't seem... I don't think that's going to get us anything. Or maybe it will. I don't know. Hang on. I haven't got written down the date of the DL6 incident. Have we forgotten something? Might be have we forgotten something, because this guy did use the parrot to remember things. So that does make sense, I guess. Yeah, don't forget DL6. That makes sense. As I recall, because my memory is amazing. 2 days ago... Polly! Have we forgotten something?
Don't forget DL6.
There we go. If I can get Polly to say that here, I bet it won't work. That will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something?
Hello.
Yeah, see. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot something we forgot.
Hello.
Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it.
This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Well, there was one more we didn't try. So, bang. But it's got to say hello, blah, blah, blah. Maya, say something. Specifically the last option. What's the safe number? Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Just try and get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack?
1228. 1228.
Ma, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker?
Yes. Because I've got nothing else. Actually, it does. That's
They're
why.
sealed shut, and that's the way they're gonna stay.
It's Manfred von Karma thought he could shut that parrot up, but that's not the way it's gonna stay. Hi, Jeeb, how you doing? Fun fact: the guy that we're trying to prove is the murderer doesn't have fingerprints. He burned them off with chemicals. Because this game doesn't care. How you doing? You alright? We're now trying to cross-examine a parrot. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
Is it the date of the DL6 incident? I want to say it's the date of the DL6 incident because I don't really have anything else. But we have to try and prove that it's Yanni Yogi, and the only thing we know about Yanni Yogi was the DL6 incident, so I think it has to be that, right? We'll find out. Maybe. We don't have another date, do we? Was it 1228? Yes, because it's the 28th. Yes. I remember. Statute of limitations. It's the same day. Today is the last day we could possibly have to try do anything legally with the DL6 incident because it's like 10 years or whatever it was. Or 20 years. I don't know. How old's Edgeworth? So it is 1228. It's the 28th of the 12th because America. Yes, I remember that. Statute of limitations is up today. Yes, and it's the 28th of December. 15 years. Thank you, Astro Dude.
The DL6 case file. What is this obsession with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number?
Okay, I have to get it specifically. Should probably read this more thoroughly. 1228. Yes, there it is. So that would be in case summary. Okay, summary. Okay. I like the idea that just halfway through this dramatic moment, he's like, where in this file is that information? And Phoenix is like, I'll tell you. On the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically the date on which the DL6 incident occurred.
The date of the incident? December 28th. Why, that's today's date. 15 years ago.
15 years. There we go. Astro Dude, you win a chocolate egg. I don't have any chocolate eggs, so you have to buy it yourself. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah. He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. Bang. That's how important that date was to him.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Bah, this is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I am number 1.
Can I borrow that card, please?
This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing.
Bang.
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that is all.
True, that is a possibility. However, 2 coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately.
Or has he run away again? Gonna get your credit card stolen. I will steal your credit card.
Witness, tell us your name.
Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember.
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna stick with the same voice. I don't care if it's like, oh, the jig's up or whatever. Nah.
I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
You're keeping that voice. Don't care how straight your back is now. Give Gumshoe a raise. Give him a hug as well. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm copying your voice there. My apologies. My apologies. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years.
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
Judge, that's not asking. That's. Come on.
My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Order. Yanni Yogi. So, was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who'd sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets.
Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean?
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Well, that's the end of that trial. Cool. Nice. Done. Bye. Sorted.
Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is
innocent, in this case at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand?
Revenge on a child. Man has had a 15-year beef with an 8-year-old. Is Edgeworth 23? I don't like the idea that Edgeworth is 23. Real cool for taking revenge on a child who lost his dad, my dear.
There are a few mysteries left unsolved.
Insert Jonathan Frakes here.
Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
Yes. Don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Because he now wants to try him for something else? I don't know.
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty. Hooray, confetti. Now he's going to come in with the real stinger. Bang.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Objection?
Hot milky.
No, not an objection. Ah, there it is. Okay. Bang, 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 bang. Hot milky.
Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Oh, was this bloody Edgeworth? Oh, was this bloody Edgeworth? Oh, you idiot. Whatever that means. No. You idiot. Oh, God. Right, okay. Next case, I guess. I think it is about the stupid nightmare. The statute of limitations is almost up and he wants to try himself for his own guilt. Luckily, we're a defense attorney and we'll prove him that he's an idiot. Shouldn't be difficult. Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
What a waste of energy.
I am not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? I don't know what I say just what I do. It's a reflex at this point. Whole ass baby. Is it? What? I want to object, but at the same time, there's no information to object to right now, and he's just going to say, "I'm going to do it anyway." I don't trust him to not be an idiot. But then again, pro-action is usually the way forward in this game, so let's give it a go. Objection! The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
Oh, that would be Larry.
We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
Okay, we didn't get penalized for that at the very least. Okay, what's your stupid testimony?
For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty of the DL6.
Yes, Your Honor. You see, I have this nightmare that I threw a gun and the gunshot killed my father, so clearly I, the child, am a murderer.
The statute of limitations of which ends today.
I'm imagining that was all in the middle of that sentence.
The culprit is me, over there. Oh, hang on, I know I'm here.
Order, order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now. Right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
And we proved that Von Karma did it because the bullet matches that of the gun that was used in this case, and there was a bullet hole in the window of the elevator, which if you threw a gun, 2 bullets couldn't have possibly gone off. This is easy. This is very straightforward. Edgeworth, you're an idiot. Well, we'll see anyway. I think you can try a man for the crime he may or may not have committed as a child, with your evidence being a dream.
I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. I have a headache. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
Heard. December 28th, 224, District Lobby, Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort.
Look, I know you don't like me winning cases, but this is going a bit far.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished.
Edgeworth, keep the bedroom antics out of the courtroom.
Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy, just crazy.
Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. Getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Everyone's an idiot. Mia, come back here this instant. We need a brain cell, please. Edgeworth, sweetie, this is survivor's guilt and you desperately need to see a therapist. Yes. Be manslaughter at worst. Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Marge Edgeworth is innocent.
Huh? What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent, trust me.
Right.
For the case I'm about to catch, Maya. December 28th, 2:30 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Bang!
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it is unconventional for me, I would like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was gonna happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well.
But we got a bullet.
Will Miles Edgeworth take to the stand? Sorry, take the stand. No, bring it back.
Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your own father, Gregory Edgeworth. Gregevous to his friends. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. Everything. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please! Edgeworth, I know your dream was always to be a lawyer, but in a trial, a trial is not an appropriate substitute for therapy, yes. You can't prosecute your trauma. That's not how it works.
That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, and then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
Terrible being the operative word. I.e. your memory.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream.
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events,
Thereby making this an unreliable witness.
The same claim Mr. Yogi had made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor.
That day...
You're an idiot! Which trial was this, by the way? What was the trial your father was involved in on that day?
Oh, I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney.
He was there!
Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case?
It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details.
That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. Gregworth. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. You have an English accent. You should say lift. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in this elevator. Yes, myself, my father, and Yanni Yogi. We were fine at first, but then, as time passed and no one came to help... I thought I was going to fade out to the flashback. No, we're just carrying on with the conversation. Father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was 24. He's 24 years old, this man. Boo! I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... In the IRL trialing you're following, there's a lot of convenient forgetting going on. It's been dubbed the brainworms. Yes. He was in the same grade as Phoenix. Yeah, but Phoenix is an idiot, so I'd be perfectly happy that he started, law school at 35. I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll do this one. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I'll press on this anyway, don't know why. What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? Edgeworth was prosecutor at 17 or some nonsense. It's still not how the guns work. It's still not how the bullet hole in the glass works. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick I panicked. So, you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. How much later? A minute? The gun fired once. Yes. I think, after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Gun fired once. Add that to the testimony, please. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. Tell me about the scream. To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of the testimony that clearly contradicts the evidence. But I don't know what it means. Better find out and quick. Sweetie, that's tinnitus. Okay, so it's the scream, apparently. Remember it to this day. It was the parent! He was there the whole time! Sorry, she was there the whole time. It was a metal detector. Let's read this again. Air in the elevator and the oxygen was depleted at the time of the incident. No clues found on the scene. Vince Attorney trapped in an elevator, traveled with his son. One bullet found in heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Got bailiff trapped in the elevator. Memory lost due to oxygen deprivation. You wearing AirPods? Might be why he's hearing screaming. He's just here listening to some death metal. 7-year-old. This is a pretty big contradiction. But I wanna. What else do we have at our disposal? A lot of mention of the fact that he was shot in the heart. And yours, you blame? Darling, you get down. My heart will go on kazoo cover. Now, kazoo, that's bad for tinnitus. I mean, there's not a lot here that relates to actually this case, specifically. Ding, What contradicts the scream? Why is Phoenix picking up on that? That is not the two things that I feel are quite important here. It's got to be in this. It's the only thing we have. Air in the elevator was oxygen depleted at the time of the incident. No clues found on the scene. Gregory Edgeworth, age 35, defense attorney, trapped in elevator returning from a lost trial. Son, Miles Edgeworth, age 9. 9. It was 9. Wait, what? Yeah, no, 9. Why did I think 7? I got confused. No oxygen, no scream. It wasn't the vacuum of space. There was gas in there. And he was awake enough to be able to throw a gun. I think he was awake enough to make a sound. Yeah, the weapon was fired twice, but that's not got anything to do with the scream. Has it? He only heard one shot. Yeah, but the Phoenix keeps picking up the scream. I'm gonna present this, and we'll see what happens. Phoenix, for some reason, is really intent on talking about the scream, and I want to know why. Because he's a fool, or he's much smarter than me. Probably both. I'm also a fool, so that's possible. Okay, let's present this. Bang! There's evidence. Yeah, that's generic. Reload the gun because it was fired twice. Where was the bullet hole again? Well, again, we have this. It was in the heart. It was shot through the heart. And Edgeworth is not to blame. There was also one there. This is the thing I want to bring up. There were 2 shots. You only heard one. But one of them was there, and I don't know. Also, if there's a hole in the window, you wouldn't be oxygen deprived, would we? Oxygen could come in through the hole. But that's an incident. Hang on, let me take off the game. Single gunshot, then a scream. Maybe we pick up on the single gunshot. We ignore Phoenix. Okay, right. We ignore Phoenix for the moment. And his obsession with the scream for some reason, and we go with the sensible evidence here. Oh, okay. For once, Phoenix was actually an idiot, and we're fine. Phoenix would love to hear Edgy Boy scream. Oh, like he hasn't already. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot?
Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Surprising though that may seem, look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
Objection. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
I make the joke, but I didn't actually pay attention, so I'm gonna have to look at that. Weapon was fired twice, victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. Oh, that did actually happen, okay. So, who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honor, I'm sure you're aware. This incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, if you do not know when that second shot was fired. No. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
Yes, there is. What?
I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
Yes. Bullet hole in the window. Literally the first thing I saw when I looked at that image. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible.
Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence.
You got a good line, Judge. Good.
Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence that show that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
Yes. Photograph of the scene of the murder.
Look at this photograph.
I don't know why I do it in that voice as opposed to...
Look at...
No, I can't do Nickelback, that's why I do it in that voice. I got as far as look before realizing that was a mistake. This is a photograph of the crime scene, the scene of the crime, the scene in which the crime took place scenily 15 years ago. I can
see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
Sorry, I think the judge might have been saying before. I'm paying attention, because it's funny.
Look at this graph.
This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. I'm glad I took my time picking that.
So, let me get this straight. You put the lamb in the coconut? This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where?
Your Honor, please, get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Yep. Boom. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see. A bullet hole in the door.
Bang. Your Honor, Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevated door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot. At least in this universe, are less than worthless. But it makes a good story.
Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart, the other hit the elevated door. Boom. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
Case summary, that's on page 1. Hang on, I need to page 1. Page 1. Oh yes, at the beginning.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene.
It wouldn't have been if it went out the elevator.
If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found.
Why do we need them?
Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Mr. Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth.
Why do you... Then the bullet hole? This doesn't actually contradict what I just said, Karma. You're just pointing out we didn't find the bullet. It went out of the lift.
It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Yeah, sure.
Order. I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet.
Yeah, sure, because the police have been absolutely 100% tip-top notch from this fact so far.
So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
How did this happen? Then believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? Good point. I'm sorry, Maya. What? Looks like I was wrong. Wow, you're really easy to change your mind, Phoenix. This is not like you at all. But I praise the judge. Say police that apparently didn't notice a whole ass hole in the door, yeah. Nick! If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. The elevator was like stuck halfway through floors, right? Are you seriously telling me that the police climbed up the elevator shaft and checked all the interior walls? Oh yeah, there was also an earthquake. I don't know. It's fine. How does anyone in this game manage to dress themselves in the morning? I don't know. Dear. No! But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. Is this when Mia shows up? Decisive moment? I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick?
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No, I do not.
So, you killed your father, though that was not your intention.
Yes, I did.
Oh no! He's accepted the guilt!
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here, right now.
Yeah, there we go.
Right now.
Indeed. I know the song. Surprisingly, I don't know who did it. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. Can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
Yes? All of the objections? There is an unsolved issue in this case. There is still a bullet hole that is unexplained. How is it less likely that there were 2 shots and 1 bullet fell down the elevator shaft or whatever than there is there were 2 bullet holes but only 1 shot was fired? There are many objections. The scream still hasn't really been mentioned. You really brought up the scream. Very important. You mentioned the scream. Does the other guy have a bullet in him? Did he get shot? Because he threw the gun at him. Did anyone check to see if he had a bullet in him? Anyway. Did I just save? I think I just saved. That looks like. I want to say I have an objection, but I don't think I do. I think this is the point in the story when it's like, oh no, we're at our lowest. But at the same time, if we don't, he's just going to go guilty until Mia steps in and goes, I'm here now. Sure, save. Why not? Your Honor, I was hoping to think of something while I was objecting. I object.
No. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object,
Nick? I don't know. His case is perfect. No, it's not. It's not Phoenix. It really isn't. Oh no. It must exist.
I object on the grounds that you're ugly, Von Karma.
I object on the grounds that presumably the police station has CCTV in its records room, and as a consequence, we have evidence of you tasering me. Yep, there we are. The second bullet. What? Hey, no, you're still Maya. You're not Mia. You don't have boobs. What? What did you just say? Nothing? The second bullet must exist. But where? Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not gonna produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
Boom! Hang on, sorry, I had to wait a second. You're still Maya, you don't have boobs. It's true. Anyway, get Lewis in here, we're at 400. Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed.
What?
Why? We've given you nothing, Judge. Why are you surprised?
But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
We have not heard proof that it did not exist. You heard proof that it hadn't been found. I realize that, Your Honor. Really grasping him. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer! The murderer!
Objection. The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet. But why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright.
Exactly, that's my point.
Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Yes. So that there would only be one bullet. And thus, they wouldn't have been incriminated. David. Maybe. Murderer had to find it, yes. Of course there was a need, that's why they took it.
What possible reason could they have had?
Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is the bullet would be proof that there was a second bullet and its gun was fine. Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof. Why are you saying that nervously? That's literally what's wrong with that argument?
Proof?
It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. Why are you saying that?
If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
No, they just had to prove that there weren't two shots. What is happening here? Could be that Miles fired twice and lied. Yeah, why did he brought that up?
Why would they only take one of the two shots fired?
Because somebody got shot. Why are they going to cover up the fact that somebody got shot? You can't. He's dead. He got shot. We know that. So you only need to take one bullet to take away the possibility of there being a second person with a gun. Ah, right. Bloody.
Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm gonna have to penalize you.
I'll take that because, frankly, this is absurd. The taking of the second bullet just highlights how weird it is. Ah, this isn't going so well.
Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for the bullet?
Murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. Great, this is a fantastic option.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Bah, the murderer had no reason to take the bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Had to take it. Had to take it. The murderer. What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. And it's been so sensible up to this point. The murderer had to take it because that first bullet went in him. It's a thought. Need to think more normal, actually. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. No idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance. For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer.
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there, you know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's what really happened?
Let me get this straight. I don't have a coconut. So at the time of the murder, the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime.
Yes. I guess that's how it would work, yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean...
The murderer came from outside, yes. Hence the bullet hole in the window of the elevator. Somehow. Two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet... The bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've known. Ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
Remember that horror movie told you about? The one about the giant spider inside the apartment building? Guess what? You just got... Oh no.
Well, Judge, you're the most stupid judge I've ever known.
It's not wrong, not wrong. How do, miss? Many hugs.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with this incident was wounded. There was no murder.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. Can't think of anyone. I can. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Yes, Gregory Edwards doesn't bloat his perfect trial record.
Wow.
Yeah, it must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
I forgot about that. Called Sting for those that need to avoid it. I will also avoid Sting and the police. How goes serving boyfriend the death penalty? We have managed to prove that the boat guy was the guy. He admitted it himself, and he said that he did the murder. However, Edgeworth got up and said, "Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna declare myself guilty for my father's death." And now we're trying to prove that. Well, no, we're trying to disprove that. And so far, our proof is that there were 2 shots were fired. Edgeworth remembers one that he threw and then passed out, but there was also a bullet hole in the door. Many things. Can we stand on Von Karma's foot? Is that a thing we can do? For the sake of evidence? Because if we can stand on Von Karma's foot and make him scream... Edgeworth said he will remember the scream that happened when he fired that gun. Also, presumably, he's still got a bullet hole in his arm or something, or shoulder. Second bullet hole was not the proof of there being a second bullet because the bullet hadn't been found, yes. But there was a huge bit in the case where it was like, yes, there was a bullet hole, and that wasn't where the first bullet went, but the bullet hole could have been caused by absolutely anything, and they didn't find a bullet, so a second bullet cannot have existed. Because the police find everything. Anyway. Stupid. Anyway, we're bluffing now. We're bluffing our way. Using the power of our memories of Mia, we are bluffing our way through.
Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean, it could only mean one thing, which is a sentence that is often said in this court and is usually wrong. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. Sorry, he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. I said that. He was the man who shot Gredgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh, man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Yes. But I will say. Boom. Why not? Be crazy. That's what Maya told me, right? Mia Maya. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking.
The what?
Von Karma.
Von Karma.
You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there?
Bah.
You don't object?
I see no need. Why honors this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So, you are claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident. Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick, let's find out who his doctor is.
It's no use.
Edgeworth?
I know Von Karma perhaps too well. He is perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness.
Nobody's that perfect. Look, get a metal. I have a metal detector. I've just realized. I was going to say get a metal detector and scan his shoulder. Also punch him and make him scream. That'll be evidence. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Can you? Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
Yes. With my metal detector and your bare shoulder. I still have the metal detector in my inventory. All right, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. That's just come up. I know how you like it so much.
What? The evidence that proves Von Karma was...
Oh, so the evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... this metal detector makes a noise when metallic objects are near. Maybe. Possibly. We'll see. There was also another bullet here, taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. But clear ballistic markings and we can prove that they're the same, maybe. That's my hope. Take this! Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it's unlikely Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. Someone else pulled it out and is using it as a Monopoly piece. No, there is a possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Bang, bang, bang. Just risked infection and the loss of a limb.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. Boom. We could use this metal detector that I just have in my pocket. It's the police's, but they didn't ask for it back. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you, see what we find out. Look at his face.
I refuse.
You refuse? But refusing this means... you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Order, order, order!
Boom. Your Honor, the defense requests that we will be allowed to use the metal detector.
Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had the right that we had to end it right here, right now.
Enough. I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Watch it not be there. He's just really good at acting. Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. If pardon the expression.
Dot, dot, dot.
Ah! Fire alarm.
It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet.
Pull it out now.
Make him scream. I forgot it sounded like a smoke detector. Gonna be a pin in his shoulder from previous surgery? Well, then he'd be very happy to talk about that and show you evidence of it. Mr. Von Karma?
You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Proof? No. I have no obligation to prove anything.
Yes, you do.
It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday.
No. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
Nope. I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
I'm with the bear. Gouge it out. Get a ballistics report. Hear the scream. You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. Boom. And here's my final proof. Well, I can't save. So. It's the only thing that we have left, and it feels, Chekhov's bullet. Use a pen, dig it out.
That's a bullet?
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all the ballistics markings intact.
Ballistics markings?
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago. There was a flashback for that. Oh.
Ballistics markings are the fingerprints of a weapon.
Oh, it's for the judge's benefit. Yeah, that makes sense.
All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
2 days ago, feels like 2 weeks ago. It was. We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gredgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gredgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistics markings to those on this bullet. That was the joke. It's usually just smarter than me. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Scream. Edgeworth, recognize that?
That scream.
He screamed at being caught like this in the same way that he would scream when being shot. Want surgery to happen today? Well, we can do it quickly. We'll get a scream one way or another.
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know.
Help, I can't breathe. Quiet, say quiet. Yeah, making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Ah.
Get away! Get away from my father!
Bang.
Ah!
Etc., etc. Edgy also recognizes Phoenix's scream, but that's different. I like how we made the opposite joke earlier. They both know each other's scream.
It's that scream I've heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
I forgot Elmo was in this game. Elmo, Kermit, and Goofy were in a lift.
Mr. Von Karma?
Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me. So, it was you. You and your father are my curse.
You having a good time there, Karma? Just keep this running for a bit. Hydrate, everybody. It's gonna cause an earthquake. Its final form. Day 4. The unexpected final form. I'm sure he's fine, probably.
Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands.
It's confession, not concussion.
That joke has paid off after 5 years. Ah, well done, miss. Round of applause for miss, please. Oh dear. 15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
Von Karma, it's not like going to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth.
That's too similar to Goofy. Oh, I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to get you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you have to be penalised. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth.
Man, there's a 15-year beef with a 9-year-old, yes.
It was like a shock none I had ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible, burning pain in my shoulder. Just then the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes.
Just then. Just as they all collapsed from oxygen exhaustion. Right at that moment. Whatever. You ever had so much beef with a 9-year-old for accidentally shooting you, you adopt him, turn him into a prosecutor, and then frame him for murder, only for him to be declared guilty and then trying to frame him for the murder you committed? He was a sensible man, Von Karma. Also bald at the time.
I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny.
Kept the prints on there, did you? Oh my god, Hannibal.
In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was a perfect crime. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge!
What?
What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very well.
Bang. Hi, Kiro! Just died on you 10 minutes ago and you had to miss the reveal. Oh, no. You also missed Mrs. joke. I recommend going back for that.
It appears that we have come to a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor?
you were innocent. You are innocent.
It's another case I've lost. Bugger.
As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Not guilty.
The court demands you go to therapy.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
That's not all. Please prosecute the guy who did it. Be nice. Hot Milky. Hot Milky. December 28th, 5:38 p.m. Mia didn't turn up. It was just our memory of Mia that did. Oh, well, she probably did. She's probably haunting us. The District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick, crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time, myself. But now it's all just good memory. So it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right?
Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this.
I know. Try thank you.
I was going to say, will you marry me? But okay, I see. Thank you, right?
You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that.
Sorry. I'm not good at that sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. Yeah, she's got you there.
What? What makes you, pal? You pulled through just like I thought you would.
It's the OUGH thing. It tripped me up.
I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares?
Now Edgeworth can pay. See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. Whoa. I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. What are you doing here?
Hey, y'all.
Lotta!
Y'all were great in there.
Thank you.
Go, Edgeworth, congrats.
Thank y'all very much.
I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You want to stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one were there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones.
Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta?
Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. Gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park?
Huh?
It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? I know exactly what happened now.
Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world.
You don't look sick.
It's Kianse. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind.
Should have seen that coming.
Yo, Edgy, there you are. Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts, you come along to tonight, my treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the Sue that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right?
I think you'll be fine, Larry.
Right?
Yeah? What's up?
That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it.
Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. Bigger thing in Japan, I think. All of Larry's women go to Paris.
It's $38, right?
What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. You working it out now? $38 exactly. Nick? Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38.
No.
No, Larry, it was you.
What are you so surprised about, right?
Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right? That doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What?
Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. It never was good at history, huh?
Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you?
I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. Whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah, too well.
Right, you may not know this, but
We used to have a saying back in school. Also, I have just remembered. Let's save in case there is a final decision in this. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Wright? I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, it sure is an unexpected turn of events, huh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick. It was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Yeah, but... Well, you've always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. That's the Edgeworth I know. Yeah, you get worked up too easily too. To death! The death sentence for both of you. Man, if only I'd known how to become a prosecutor. Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought I might have killed my own father. Thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I'd known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth? Want to switch, right?
Hey, y'all. Line up. I'll take a photo.
Hey, photo time. Let's go.
And after that, dinner on me.
So many voices. Detective Gumshoe took us out to the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. Screw him. Couldn't be that. He's got $38. He's fine. He can get a taxi back. Want to switch from prosecutor to defense attorney, right? Wink wonk. December 29th, 5:02 a.m. Wright & Co. law officers. Are we coming in? Are we coming to the detention centre drunk to pick up Edgeworth? No, we're coming back to the office. Okay. Whoa! Went a little overboard yesterday. Oh, my head hurts. Huh? I'm still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you... It made me think about what I'm doing here. Nothing. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium, for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Goodbye? What time is it? Ah! First trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! Oh no, Oops is gonna be so heartbroken. I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick! Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Hold it! Objection! Oh, wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yeah, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. You're on trial. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. Oh, I love this. Hey, here's a picture of your mum. What's no, this. She grabbed that. Pretty important. A bullet? Von Karma was convinced he'd taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6, but you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. Kind of. That sounds more dramatic than it is. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick? Thanks, Maya. Couldn't have done it without you. I couldn't have pronounced that without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm gonna complete my training and come back. Okay, I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. That's my alarm clock in the shape of a statue of an owl. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Oobs will be so happy. Are you happy, Oobs? Look, this is Oobs' face. So happy. Thanks, Nick. Thick. And so, my story ends. Time to turn a new page and say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. I am now a slightly above novice defense attorney. Now a new story begins, with the same old crazy cast of characters. Now, don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim?
Yes, Your Honor. Got a bad feeling about this. Objection! And I guess that's the end. Yeah. Concept script direction. Shu Takumi. Shu Takumi knows how to make a good game.
Hey, pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Ooh, Detective Gumshoe. Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh?
This is auto-scrolling, so I gotta get the voices right quickly. So ends the original part of the first game. Yes. Graphics, Kumiko someone.
Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at the cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah.
Cute. Graphics, Tatsuro Iwamoto. I don't remember your name, your voice.
You, right? Yeah, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful.
That's your voice now. Is every character gonna come up? And I'm gonna have to remember all the bloody voices. Main programming, Noriyuki Otani.
Phoenix, right? The defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes. Oh, you should know I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel. Should you be in the area, please stop by.
Who are you? I taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful. Programming, Masakatsu Endo.
Oh, Zoo. Phoenix Wright. Yes, his understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. The days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
What? Be quiet, man. Music, Masakazu Sugimori.
Phoenix, right? Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. Can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know that they've got the DVD one of those books? Not that I think I know what to do everything these days.
Yeah, there's no actors called Phoenix, right? Phoenix Wright? Phoenix Wright. Sound effects, Atsushimori.
Oh, you please to announce the Pink Princess is in it. Oh, you sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of public eye till the show's over. You wouldn't want to ruin any kids' dreams, you know.
You look great. Werewolf boyfriend. Give hug. Big hug. Publicity, Hiroshi Nakaya and Ayumi Terada, sorry. You're beautiful.
Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but I didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. Said she can't buy them where she is. So what kind of place is she living anyway?
Manual. Yumiko Uchida. What does that mean? I don't have a manual. I want a manual for this. Seems great.
Alright, who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. Alright. But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the Pink Princess suit. What a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age.
What? Producer Atsushi Naba.
Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy. Huh, me? I've been training to become a paranormal photographer. You know, that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them there's a ghost.
Oh, Mia.
For real. Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous.
Slap him with a plastic sword. Executive producer Shinji Mikami. I know that name. Yeah, there they go. It's not behind, they're in front. Victory! Ah, just married. Capcom. Capcom. Ah, hold it. There's another one. Rise from the Ashes. Brand new episode. Who's this? Oh, this is the mascot in the police department, right? It does come up. Husband's family. Brand new episode has been added, which we're not going to do yet. Let's save. It's a wonderful ending. And we shall end there. I'll give you guys a choice. Do you want me to start the next case, the subsidiary case? Because the original game stopped there. But on re-releases, I think they added, or like there was DLC or something that added another case. Yeah, look at that for timing, I know. So we're not done with the game yet. However, if we start it tomorrow, next week I'm not going to be streaming. So yeah, start this case after the IRL meetup, because otherwise we will actually have to wait 2 weeks between the introduction and actually carrying on with the thing. So yeah, I'll throw that idea up and out in the air. I don't know what else I'd play. I don't have a plan. But it is a possibility that in order to make it, make sense. Since you're going to be on break right after, it might be good just to wait to start it until after. Yes, so we can hang out and chill and do something else for a bit. More Souls, Roundo. I'm gonna have to install the Souls game if I do that. Or Hollow Knight. Don't know, something. Well, I'll do something. Something chill, something easy, light and breezy. But yeah, but don't worry. Once we come back, couple of weeks time. We will definitely continue, because this game is real good. I like how silly it is. And how everyone's an idiot. Whatever you feel up to. Yeah. We'll see. But yeah. I hope you all enjoyed my stupid voices. This will be it for a couple of weeks, I guess. Yeah. Tomorrow something. It says, does it say? There it is. It says there Winks rope thigh, but that's not true. Glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. It's silly. And I don't know if you know this about me. Rather fond of a bit of silly. Hope you enjoyed the end of that case, even though it was pretty dumb. There was the contrived fall of like Phoenix going, oh no, I've got nothing, it's all falling apart, when Von Karma says there couldn't have been a second bullet because the police didn't find it. That was a bit weird. but other than that, it's most of it because Twitch died twice and you were babysitting. But I hope you enjoyed. It's ridiculous. Second bullet stuff was done. Because, like, as out there and strange and weird and silly as all of these cases are, very rarely does the actual court case progression feel contrived. It feels nonsense. It feels like you're trying to herd cats, but it doesn't feel contrived. You know what I mean? So that was really the only bit that stood out. But I also get it for the narrative. They wanted a low point to rise up from. You know, the defense is an idiot, Your Honor.
Yes, but everyone's an idiot. As a consequence, this is inadmissible as evidence.
Love screaming at idiots. Gotta scream. Screaming was the final nail in the coffin of this case. Screaming is very important in this game, and thus we must continue to do it. But yeah, I hope you had. I spelled something wrong in the scroll. Look at that. Never done that before. Actually, I spelled it wrong twice. It exists. Also, that should be taken, not taker. I mean, I wrote it very quickly. Reactions are one of the biggest highlights of the day for these streams. I'd like to think so, because if my reactions aren't anything, or Cheeb's reactions aren't anything, if any reaction isn't anything, then basically I'm just reading out a book. I always feel a bit bad about these streams that I'm essentially just telling a story rather than playing a game. But
Harsh Judgely.
Harsh Judgely. Thank you, Hazel. But ye, I hope you had a lovely, lovely time. I'll be back tomorrow evening with something, and then Thursday morning with Doodles, and Saturday morning with Doodles, and Saturday evening with Wildermyth, and maybe Sunday evening with something, depending on what people want to do. But ye. Hope it was good. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a great week hereafter. You deserve it. Have a good one. Have a good one. Everyone have a good one. Collectively, we will have a good several. Bye, 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 bye.